Hey folks, welcome back to Off-Road Stuff. I'm Mike, and today I just wanted to kind of touch bases on a prior video that I posted. I just want to say, first of all, thanks to everybody that watched, liked, subscribed, shared. The video did really good. So there was a couple of responses, which, hey, thanks guys, I really appreciate you guys jumping on there and putting in your 2 cents, which is great. So first of all, I want to start out with, this was the ARB Easy Deflator. This was not sponsored. This was a gift. So I wasn't really promoting the product. I was just giving a review. I had a couple people tell me that that they really enjoyed it because they had one. Or excuse me, they have one that they recently got, but really didn't know how to use it. So it kind of cleared up a couple of things as far as operating it goes, which is great. That's kind of what I'm here for, is to kind of, learn myself, help you guys out. So anyways, there's a couple comments I just want to address real quick. One was that, by using this device, it essentially removes the valve core from the valve stem. And somebody had mentioned that by every time you do this, that you chance damaging the O-ring in there. I believe there's two O-rings in there. So this is one of the O-rings that they were talking about. It's not really an O-ring, but it works essentially the same. So that's what seals the valve core, which is this whole piece here, to the valve stem, which is the piece that sticks out of the rim on your vehicle. Inside here, this is a 2-piece part. It's kind of hard to see. I'm going to see if I can get it to open up so you guys can see. Okay, you see that little part right there that goes up and down? Inside here is another little O-ring. And yes, you are right. You are correct. Every time that you loosen that and thread it out and then thread it back in and reseat and unseat that O-ring in there, there is the chance of some kind of damage to the O-ring. Even by using a screw-on type deflator, or even like the pencil style tire pressure gauges, where one of these style gauges, and you'll see a lot of times people just use this end right here and essentially pushing down in your tire, and that time that thing moves in and out, you're disrupting the seal, so there's always potential for failure. You could theoretically wear it out. I've never had a problem. I've been doing this literally almost every Friday night, every Saturday, every Sunday, every weekend for years. Like I said, I recently just got this tool, so prior to this, I was removing the valve stem manually. There's a little tool. I'll throw a picture up here in a minute. Kind of looks like a screwdriver. The end of it has like a little slot, fits inside the valve core. You just twist it, comes out, stick it back in, snug it up, you're good to go. One thing, and I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, is I carry spare valve cores, in case something happens damage-wise or you drop and lose it. I just wanted to point out that with this product, it seemed pretty user-friendly, in the sense that you don't have to worry about if you pull that out, you drop it, lose it, anything like that. So, I just want to touch base on that real quick. Had another person, yes, they did say that they use the screw-on deflators. I have a set of those. Yeah, they work good too. I usually use those if we're waiting to get into our off-road area, if there's a line to get in. Sometimes I'll just jump out, screw them on, and as we're moving up in line, by the time we get onto the beach, I just stop, take them off, and we're good to go. They do take a little bit longer than just pull the core or even using the ARB deflator. So with that being said, that's another option as far as not removing the valve stem core. But like I said, this is not paid, so this was just a product review. I'm not really endorsing the product and or the company. Somebody had made the comment that ARB doesn't support Corva or and help them, and Corva is the California Off-Road Vehicle Association. I believe that's what it stands for. ARB is an Australian-based company, so they probably really don't know about it, and it's a pretty big company. Not saying that they do or they don't. I'm just sometimes, it is what it is. And it's very unfortunate that they don't. It would be great if they did. So if there's anybody out there that has links to ARB, maybe put them a little shout, and we could definitely use their help to help keep all our off-roading trails, whether it's in the mountains, the desert, the beaches, the dunes. We gotta fight to keep them open. So anyways, on to the next question. Somebody had mentioned about airing back up afterwards. Well, there's a couple options. You can get, depending on your tire size. Let's start there. So if you have a pretty much stock type vehicle, and like I say, a mini truck, that you are just airing down to go down a dirt road to make the ride a little easier. You could get away with using a inexpensive portable compressor. I know Harbor Freight has one, Home Depot has one. I'm sure there's a slew of them. You can find them on Amazon and eBay and stuff like that. But those ones are what I would consider a little bit more on the light duty side. They're designed more for just kind of topping your tire off, so to speak. So if you're going from, say, 30 as a normal driving PSI, and you air down to 15 or 20, they would probably do okay using it every once in a while. You're not going to stop and air up 5 or 6 vehicles with this thing. You'll probably kill it. If you are more like me, where I'm going down to an average of 10 or under, sometimes down to 5, depending on the conditions out at the beach and dunes where we most likely drive. I have a Viair compressor. A little more heavy duty. There again, it's not as fast as some of the other options, which one would be using a CO2 tank. There's other companies that have a little higher output. I think Viair has one now that's pretty good, but ARB there again has that dual compressor setup. That thing's really fast. It still takes a little while if you're going from these lower pressures, 5 up to 10 in that range, and then going, if that's your operating range, and then you're airing back up, up to 30 or so. It can take a while with these little compressors. We're fortunate where we live. We have a gas station that has pretty good air on all the islands. So, for instance, on my little Geo Tracker, I have 31-inch tires on there. I can go from about 6 pounds to 30 pounds. I could air all 4 of them up in probably less than 5 minutes. If I do that with my little Viair, even having a tank, God, I haven't timed it, but it's considerably longer. And if you're running tires bigger than that, your 35s, 37s, 38s, 40s, something like that, you're probably a little better off going with maybe a CO2 type tank, or if you're close enough to a bigger compressor with more volume, probably a better route for you. Unless you don't mind hanging around for a few minutes to get these things aired back up. There's a couple of other options as far as helping you air back up or even airing down. I'm hoping to have one of those products here in another video shortly. I know a guy that's working on a really cool system. And essentially it's just linking all your tires together using a manifold and a gauge system to air down so all your tires at the same pressure. And then same thing when you air up, you just kind of plug into it, turn it on, you watch your gauge. When they're topped off, put your thing away, you're good to go. So at any rate, I just wanted to kind of touch base on that real quick, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, ring the bell for notifications, and most of all, you guys be safe, and I'll see you on the trail.